The void above Earth shimmered with unnatural light as the Council's flagship emerged from hyperspace, dwarfing the moon in its sheer scale. Its hull was a seamless expanse of alien alloys, black as obsidian and humming with quiet, menacing energy. From orbit, Admiral Celine Voss watched the spectacle unfold on the bridge of the ISS Prime Command Station, her face unreadable, eyes cold and calculating. A transmission burst through space, crystal clear despite the distance. The Council's high arbiter Xylo appeared on the view screen, a towering alien with bioluminescent skin and eyes that seemed to pierce through metal and mind alike. "People of Earth," Xylo's voice boomed, reverberating through every speaker in orbit and across the planet below. "Your era of autonomy ends today. Surrender your fleets, your weapons, your leaders. Submit to the Galactic Council, or your world will be erased." The human crews aboard Earth's orbital station stiffened, but no panic rippled through the command. Voss stood, slowly removing her gloves, letting them snap sharply against her uniform sleeve, a quiet signal of readiness. She replied, her voice calm, almost serene. "We tried peace. Now you'll meet the other side of humanity." Behind her, holographic displays lit the room with images of Earth's hidden arsenal. Decades of secret projects blinked into view: orbital railguns, stealth drone swarms, AI-guided interceptors, and planetary shields capable of withstanding orbital bombardments. The Council had believed Earth to be primitive, defenseless. They had been catastrophically wrong. Admiral, her second-in-command, Lieutenant Kara Ishida, whispered, "They're thousands of kilometers long, more ships than we've ever seen." Voss didn't flinch. She tapped the console, activating countermeasures already in position. "Numbers don't matter. Strategy does. Humanity has survived the impossible before, we'll survive this." Below, cities continued their daily rhythm, unaware that the fate of their world hung in a balance they couldn't yet comprehend. Above them, humans had prepared in silence for decades, studying alien technology, reverse engineering, and building a hidden strength the galaxy had never imagined. A warning signal flashed across the station. The flagship was locking targeting grids onto the planet. In the Council's arrogance, they assumed Earth would crumble in fear. "Fire all orbital defenses," Voss ordered, her voice sharp as steel. "Let them see what humanity is capable of." Outside, Earth's orbital cannons hummed, energy gathering into blinding arcs. In the distance, the Council flagship shimmered, thinking itself untouchable. They had not seen humans fight. They had not seen ingenuity shaped by centuries of survival. And they were about to. The first pulse of human retaliation lit the darkness of space like a second sun, and the game had begun. The void erupted in fire. Earth's orbital cannons roared, invisible arcs of energy slicing through the vacuum toward the Galactic Council's flagship. The first salvo struck with pinpoint precision, vaporizing the outer shields of the alien ship in a blinding flash. Debris scattered like microscopic stars, ricocheting across space. On the flagship, alarms shrieked. Xylo's eyes widened. Humans had fired without hesitation, without fear. "This is impossible," he hissed. "They are not ready, yet they attack with precision unmatched by any known species." Below, aboard ISS Prime Command Station, Admiral Celine Voss observed calmly as tactical feeds painted the battle in cold, calculated lines. Her crew moved with fluid precision, activating stealth drone swarms that emerged from hidden satellites, striking the flagship's weak points in synchronized bursts. "Deploy interceptor squads," Voss ordered. "Target weapon arrays and communications node. Keep them blind." Within seconds, sleek human fighters, indistinguishable from starlight, streaked toward the alien ship. Unlike the Council's predictable formations, humans attacked in chaotic, shifting patterns, weaving through shields and laser fire. Each strike was surgical, each retreat purposeful. Lieutenant Ishida leaned over a console, her voice tense but awed. "Admiral, they're adapting to every maneuver. We're breaking them." Voss's eyes narrowed. Good. Let them taste their arrogance. Let them realize the galaxy has underestimated humanity for far too long. The flagship's energy shields flickered, then faltered. In the Council's hub, panic spread like wildfire. Alien crews ran frantically, attempting repairs and countermeasures. But every move humans anticipated. Every strategy anticipated. From the bridge, Voss watched a secondary fleet emerge from the shadows, cloaked frigates she had kept hidden until now. They struck simultaneously, hacking the alien systems, turning drones against their own masters. Xylo roared in disbelief, his perfect fleet unraveling piece by piece. In the chaos, a human pilot transmitted a short message to Voss. "They're retreating, Admiral. They've never faced humans like this." Voss allowed herself a single, sharp nod. "No," she said softly, almost to herself. "They're just beginning to understand." On Earth, people remained unaware, watching the night sky with awe and fear as faint flashes of orbital fire illuminated the upper atmosphere. What they didn't know was that humanity's hidden arsenal, prepared in silence for decades, had turned the tide before a single city could burn. The first strike had proven one undeniable truth. Humans fought differently. Humans fought with cunning, adaptability, and a ruthlessness honed over millennia of survival. And the Council would soon learn that this was only the beginning. The stars themselves seemed to tremble as human forces surged from Earth's orbit into the black void. What the Galactic Council had assumed would be a terrified, disorganized species had become a storm of precision, cunning, and relentless aggression. Admiral Celine Voss stood on the bridge of the ISS Prime Command Station, overseeing a coordinated strike across multiple battlefronts. Holographic maps displayed alien outposts and fleets, all marked with human assault vectors. "Target their supply nodes first," Voss ordered. "Force them into chaos. Make them think they are in control, then rip it away." Cloaked human frigates slipped past alien sensor grids, releasing swarms of nanites that tore through the Council's logistics systems. Communications arrays flared and died, leaving entire sectors blind. Alien ships collided in confusion, their automated maneuvers working against them. "Admiral," Lieutenant Ishida said, voice tense, "our drone network is now controlling over 50 Council drones simultaneously. They're turning on their own fleet." Voss's lips curved in a thin, controlled smile. "Good. Let them understand what happens when you underestimate humanity." Across the battlefield, human fighter pilots executed maneuvers so unpredictable the Council could not adapt. They exploited every weakness, used alien technology against them, and attacked in patterns no algorithm could predict. One squadron hijacked alien weapons systems, turning the Council's own lasers onto their capital ship. Xylo appeared on the holographic comms, his bioluminescent skin flashing in anger and fear. "Admiral Voss, you cannot hope to overcome the Council. Surrender now and your species may yet survive." Voss's voice was calm, lethal in its composure. "We sought peace. You rejected it. Humanity does not bow to fear. We adapt. We endure. And when cornered, we strike." Her words echoed across the void as humans executed their next move, a concentrated assault on the Council's command hub, deep within the system. Ships, drones, and fighters converged, striking simultaneously from angles the aliens had never imagined. Explosions rocked the Council fleet as the hub's shields collapsed. For the first time, Xylo's composure faltered. Panic rippled through the Council ranks. Entire fleets began retreating, but it was too late. The human offensive was relentless, precise, and merciless. Below, Earth's people slept under the stars, unaware that their species had unleashed the full spectrum of its ingenuity and survival instinct across the galaxy. Voss watched the battlefield unfold, eyes cold but proud. "Let them run," she murmured. "Let them witness what happens when humanity is pushed too far." The Galactic Council had believed humanity weak. They had believed us primitive. Now they were learning the truth. Humans did not just fight, They unleashed chaos, strategy, and cunning in ways the galaxy had never seen. And humanity was only getting started. The Galactic Council's central command hung in the void like a glittering citadel, massive and seemingly untouchable. From its vantage, Xylo watched the human onslaught with growing desperation. Entire fleets had already been crippled, supply lines severed, and command nodes hacked. Chaos reigned across sectors that had once been meticulously controlled. Admiral Voss observed from ISS Prime Command Station, her gaze steady and unflinching. "Prepare the final phase," she ordered. "All units converge on their command hub. Leave nothing operational." Human ships streaked across the black canvas of space, each vessel executing maneuvers calculated to maximize damage while minimizing exposure. Cloaked frigates released nanoswarms that disabled shields, while human fighter squadrons darted through corridors of fire, striking weapon arrays and communications node. Every attack precise. Every counter anticipated. On the flagship's bridge, Xylo's skin flashed violently. "Impossible," he screamed. "Their strategies, their timing, they anticipate everything." "They do more than anticipate," Voss said, her voice calm but cutting like a blade. "They adapt. That is humanity." The Council's citadel shuddered as orbital cannons tore through its defenses. Sections of the command hub ruptured in cascading explosions, illuminating the void with violent arcs of fire and debris. Alien fleets collided with one another in confusion, their automated protocols turning against them under human manipulation. Voss activated the final sequence, the Omega Strike. Human AI-guided missiles, each a miniature masterpiece of precision and destructive power, launched simultaneously from multiple points in orbit. They converged on the Council's central core, striking it from every angle at once. On the Council bridge, Xylo staggered, realizing the inevitability of defeat. This cannot be. Humanity is only one species. Voss's voice resonated across the holographic comm link, cold and unwavering. Numbers mean nothing when cunning, resilience, and willpower are on your side. This is what happens when you underestimate humanity. The core of the Council's citadel erupted in a blinding supernova of fire and debris. Waves of energy cascaded across space, obliterating the remaining fleet in a display of calculated devastation. Alien ships burned, twisted, and disintegrated, leaving only fragments in the void. As the dust settled, silence returned, a profound, heavy quiet, broken only by the faint hum of human systems. Humanity had not merely survived, it had destroyed the symbol of the galaxy's arrogance. Voss allowed herself a moment to breathe, eyes fixed on the remnants of the Council's forces. "Let this be a lesson," she murmured. "You wanted a lesson in strength. This is only the beginning." Across human fleets, crews shared fleeting looks of awe and relief. They had faced the unimaginable, adapted, and triumphed. The galaxy would remember this day, not as a defeat for humanity, but as a revelation, a species that could not be subdued, a species that fought with mind, ingenuity, and unyielding determination. And Earth, finally, would be feared and respected as it had always deserved. Silence settled over the void, thick and almost sacred. The remnants of the Galactic Council's fleet drifted like shattered statues, their once proud ships now smoldering wrecks. From orbit, Earth's surface gleamed beneath a serene atmosphere, oblivious to the cosmic reckoning that had just occurred. Admiral Celine Voss stood on the bridge of ISS Prime Command Station, her eyes tracing the distant fragments of alien technology floating through space. Every flicker of debris was a testament to human resolve, ingenuity, and survival. "Transmit the final message," she ordered, her voice steady, unwavering. Across the galaxy, every Council outpost, every listening station, every sentient species that had doubted humanity received the broadcast. A simple, chilling declaration. "We sought peace. You rejected it. Now you know the other side of humanity. Remember it." The message repeated in every frequency, unyielding and authoritative. There was no threat in its tone, only truth. Humanity had shown mercy in war, but also overwhelming force. On Earth, people looked up to the sky, sensing the subtle vibrations of the message in communications networks, satellites, and deep space observatories. They felt awe, fear, and pride. Humans had survived countless calamities, endured oppression, and now stood unchallenged among the stars. In orbit, Voss allowed herself a rare moment of reflection. The cost had been immense. Decades of secret preparation, countless hours of sacrifice, but humanity had emerged victorious. They had revealed their full potential, not through arrogance, but through necessity. Lieutenant Ishida approached, hesitant yet proud. "Admiral, do you think they'll ever challenge us again?" Voss turned, her gaze calm and resolute, almost tender in its quiet strength. "Not in a way that matters. They will remember this day. And they will remember humanity. We do not start wars lightly, but when we fight to endure. That is the other side of humanity." Below, the earth spun silently, a pale blue jewel of life and resilience. Above, human fleets orbited in quiet vigilance. The galaxy had learned a lesson it would not forget. Peace had been offered and rejected. Now, the other side of humanity had been revealed. And the universe would never underestimate humanity again.